Peace, loves. Thank you so much for joining me here in this moment. My name is Christina and welcome to my channel, Freeforming. As you guys can see, I have a little support little stuffed thingy snowman here for emotional support as I record this video. So I wanted to come on here to talk about why we have the power to change, and to become aware of our character so that we can change if we so choose. Have you ever met someone who was just like, this is just the way that I am? And you were just like, yo, you can change, you could change. Or have you ever just found yourself becoming aware, like really aware of your actions, like, oh my goodness, why do I do this? Why do I talk like this? Why do I walk like this? Why do I move like this? Why do I breathe like this? Why do I eat, sleep, just do everything like this? If you haven't, I have. That's why I'm coming on here to share this with you guys, to just become aware of your character, your actions, the way that you speak, the way that you move in this world, the way that your energy affects people. Because once you become aware of your character, you can master your character, you can evolve your character. And the core essence of our being, our soul, is continuous. It's the same, it's the same soul that we were born with, and it's going to be the same soul that we transition with, and so the personality aspects of us, those are the things that were programmed within us by our family, by our community, things we picked up by our friends, watching TV, just experiencing life, and so those are the things that we can inherently change if we so choose. If we decide, what, the way that I respond, there is a more conducive or a healthier way that I can respond to this. The way that I express this emotion, there is a healthier, more conducive way to express this emotion. And when we get in the habit of being able to be the observer of how we move in the world, bringing our awareness to those movements, to those actions, to those beings, oh my goodness, when we facilitate change, create that space for change to take place, it is just so phenomenal what happens, what we start to see in ourselves. For instance, with me, I'll talk about breath work. I love breath work, and I encourage everyone to, if you have the opportunity to like really check out breath work, get into it, see what it's about. There was this moment where so many people around me were, well, not so many people, but a few people were suggesting that I try to do breath work, especially as someone who had a lot of anxious behavior, like, getting caught in my anxiety bag, breathing very shallow or not breathing at all. And so I finally decided to do some breath work, to try it out. And when I tell you, the changes that I've seen in the way that I breathe, are so phenomenal. Even with eating, deciding to take a couple deep breaths before I eat has definitely brought me into a space of being more intentional and a conscious consumer of when I'm eating my food, making sure that my mind is present when I'm eating my food. Had I been the type of person to be like, oh, this is just how I am, I'm gonna breathe the way that I breathe and eat the way that I eat and walk the way that I walk and talk the way that I talk and treat people the way that I treat people, because that is just the way that I am, and if you don't like it, then you catch my drift. Do you catch my drift? Do you catch my drift? Mr. Snowman catches my drift. But anyways, seriously, we can literally change anything about ourselves. Like, there are people out here that really do get plastic surgery because they may see a feature, one of their features, and they're like, I don't like this if it was a little like this, and they go out and change themselves. Same thing with personality. If someone doesn't like the way that they talk, will literally take speech lessons. And we don't have to look at it like, oh my goodness, because before we take the initiative to change, it's kind of hard to like come to that point within yourself to where you're like, dang, like I really do need to change. Like, what I'm doing is not really conducive. Like, I know that there's a better way to be. I just got to figure that out. But I think that it's kind of hard to like really come to terms with the fact that you have to change. And so, you know, I know for me, like, I would find myself like, why do I gotta be the one to change? Why do I gotta be the one to do this? Or am I not confident in myself? Is that why I feel like I gotta change? You know, and it's just like, no, it's not about not having confidence or viewing myself a certain type of way. It's just I realized that, hey, there's a better way to do this. You know, for example, I'll give you an example in regard to the anger emotion. You know, so you could be someone who, like, when you get angry, you might hit a wall or something like that. You might hit a wall, punch a hole right through the wall, you know, and that's just what you just been doing for the past, since you just been knowing how to express that anger, because that's what was shown to you. When you saw people express that anger, they start hitting stuff, so you adopted that behavior. So when you get angry, you just punch a wall, and then one day it just dawns on you like, man, can't keep punching walls, holes in walls. I just can't keep doing it because it's costing me an arm and a leg to get someone to come over here and fill up this hole in the wall that I done punched because I was angry. Now, what can I do to express my anger? And what you start to do is when you get angry, when you get angry, you decide, when I get angry, I'm just gonna do some breath work. I'm gonna count to 10, take some deep breaths and count to 10, or I'm gonna go work out. Do you see the difference? So change is so necessary. We have to become aware of how we move in this world, how our energy affects people, and really get out of this selfish space of like, I just am who I am, and if they don't like it, then you know, because that's not conducive for yourself and for anyone. No one's gonna want to deal with a negative Nancy, you know, negative Nancy who don't got control over her emotions and can't express them in a good conducive way. You know, we want positive Patties and Pamelas. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. You know, like, for me, it was very hard to just realize that, yo, I gotta change. Can't keep expressing myself like this. Don't matter what I went through, my trauma. After a while, all the excuses just, you just get tired. You get tired of the excuses. It ain't about other people getting tired of your excuses. You get tired of the excuses, and you be like, dang, I can't keep using this excuse. I'm tired of using this excuse. I gotta change. I gotta do better. You know, I gotta move better, think better, be better, walk better, talk better, express myself better. Because when you start to see those changes within you from those changes that you have made in the way that you respond to life, it just makes you feel so much better about yourself. You know, it makes you, when you can treat people with love and kindness, and when you treat yourself with love and kindness, and you do good to yourself and to others, there's just nothing like it. Nothing like the feeling. Ain't that right, Mr. Snowman? Yeah. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, guys. Peace.